Hello and welcome to Coxie's Picks, and today we're going to be looking at some US cuffs. Now that actually stands for the Ultimat safety cuffs. They're made in Spain and there's something exceptionally unique about it. So let's move the box out of the way. These are plastic. Well, I say plastic. It's a polymer. It's a very posh polymer that they're keeping to themselves with a secret. So it's not 3D printed. And if you look, we got patent pending. And there we are, we're marked with USC. Now they do a chained and they do a hinged variety. So I'm very lucky to have both. And that is partly because of the Doncaster Restraint Museum. So a massive thank you to the Doncaster Restraint Museum for helping me get hold of these. They are a great cuff, but they do have some flaws. These are going to probably be remembered as more of a novelty than an actual genuine device. But they will have their uses, which I'll touch upon later on. So, what have they done right and what have they done wrong? Well, as you can see, there's no keyholes on the front, which means that we have the keyholes on the side. So that's the first thing, because it's quite tricky to get. If you move the keyholes around from where people are used to, then it makes it tricky for the actual person to pick. It's a push button. I love push button double locks. So you push button the double lock, that's it, it's set. Absolutely brilliant. Love that to bits. Right, and then to reset it, it's a full rotation. Perfect. Right, it's a really strong ratchet. There are two bits of metal in here that I found. One is the spring and one is there's a metal collar inside there. That's the bit that we'll exploit later. So what else do we know about these cuffs? Well, they tried to do anti-shim. There we go. So you've got some gnarly split pulls, and yes, they are separately sprung. So if I go like that, lad, and like that, you can see they move. But they copied the Trimax, and if I push down the middle part, both pulls go. So what does that mean? Well, if I take a pokey proddy thing, so like so, and I push it between the gap in the teeth and then just connect, I can then pull the cuff clear, just like that. So that's a mistake. One of the things that I wasn't expecting to find was that it has the old method of shimming, which is back shimming. What do I mean by that? Well, we're going from the rear of the cuff. So if I go in the rear of the cuff like so, right? So just to prove that these are not open, because they can be left in an open state, another fault. Right? So you put it through, it's in a position, push up, cuff falls out. So that's back shimming. Right? So whilst they did try and stop front shimming, they kind of let the down a little bit. So what do we know about picking them? Well, I think the easiest way is to show what actually happens when we're using the key. So set the double lock, right, put the key in. All the magic happens at 180 position. So it's going to go in, right, you can feel some tension build. 45 degrees, you see the double lock coming off, and at the 180 we now have the cuff open. Now it's key retaining at this point, which means that when we're picking it, we're going to have to remember that it's key retaining. We're going to have to reset it. So to reset it, you bring it round to the upright position. So what can we do to pick it? Well, I suppose the easiest way is a lockpick. I'm going to go in, feel for the collar, rotate it 180 degrees, cuff opens, and then I'm going to rotate it back to the start position, just like that, and hopefully I've got it in the right place. True test will be putting a key in, not quite. Just need to nudge that collar back a little bit. I may have been a bit too excited. So, hang on. So there we go. And that's it. It's all reset. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Great. But lockpicks, right, are not really an ad hoc escape. So what could we use to ad hoc escape out of these? Well, my personal favourite is a paper clip. So what you do is you make it into an S shape, just like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to weaken the metal just there. So you're going to bend it backwards and forwards. And voila, we've got a hook, just like so. So you can see it, like that. You're then going to place it in the top of the keyway. Right, sorry, it's just to prove. Cuffs are locked. Going in, going to rotate it 180 degrees. Cuffs unlocked. Reset the lock, and then just make sure that I can get my key back in. Yep, that's it. So it was picked with a paper clip. So Despite their thoughts that it would be really hard to pick because the lock's bedded in, there's a few different ways to get in there. So, like I said, thank you very much to the Doncaster Restraint Museum for getting hold of these, the US cuffs. They are made in plastic, right? They are super lightweight, they are highly durable, and they will probably find their niche in the medical industry for patients that need to be restrained that are doing an MRI. So they are really cool. And like I said, they are in a chained and a hinged variant. So, thank you very much for watching, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.